Killer Scott Peterson and his lawyers were back in court today fighting to prove his innocence. Peterson's lawyers, prosecutors, and the judge discussed DNA testing guidelines in the case. As KTVU crime reporter Henry Lee explains, attorneys argued over which DNA lab will analyze a key piece of evidence.
I've never seen such poorly documented evidence. Collection, retention, transfers.
Paula Mitchell, director of the LA Innocence Project, bashing how evidence was gathered, ultimately ending in the conviction of her client, Scott Peterson.
This is far, far short of what we need in terms of a documented chain of custody.
As he has in the past, Peterson appeared in San Mateo County Superior Court via Zoom from Mule Creek State Prison, where he's serving a life sentence for killing his pregnant wife, Lacey, and their unborn son, Connor. At issue is how a 15-inch piece of duct tape that was found on Lacey's pants will be tested, and whether anyone else's DNA shows up. Judge Elizabeth Hill made clear the defense may not get all it wants.
What I'm being asked to evaluate is whether the district attorney has made a reasonable effort to communicate with the laboratory to provide what exists, not what should ideally exist if they had done the job the way you would have preferred they did it.
Both sides also squabbled over which DNA lab will test the duct tape. The defense wants to use a lab called Siri that the judge says has had issues.
Siri had a misprogramming of the laboratory equipment that resulted in some 580 cases having results being placed under review and a mistrial and a homicide in Sonoma County.
The prosecution has concerns too.
We're concerned about the lack of transparency of prior testing that's already been going on with this pre-existing and this relationship that defense has with Siri.
The judge has to decide proper chain of custody, and she has to listen to, if it does get to testimony, from the lab that ultimately does the DNA testing.
The judge says she'll wait until Monday to pick the DNA lab in question. That final ruling will be part of another hearing on Monday over defense access to prosecution evidence in the Peterson case. In Redwood City, Henry Lee, KTVU, Fox 2 News.